The United States has long been seen as a land of opportunity, but for millions of immigrants living in the country today, that dream is rapidly turning into a nightmare. With the new U.S. immigration rules introduced in 2025, sweeping reforms are threatening to displace entire communities, from long-term residents to recent arrivals. In this video, we'll explore 10 states across America where immigrants are at the highest risk of being forced to leave, and how these changes could affect families, students, and workers across the country. Stay with us to understand what's happening and how it could change the future of immigration in the U.S. forever. Number 1. California. California is home to over 11 million immigrants, making it the most immigrant-populated state in the country. With the implementation of the 2025 immigration rules, the situation here has become dire. The new policies are targeting undocumented residents with stricter visa renewals, eliminating many previously available paths to legal residency. What's worse, even immigrants with work permits or those married to U.S. citizens are being affected by complex rule changes involving income thresholds and document reviews. Entire communities in cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Fresno are experiencing fear, confusion, and sudden legal challenges. Schools report declining attendance from immigrant families afraid to show up in public. The state's massive agricultural industry, powered by immigrant labor, is also at risk of collapse due to sudden workforce shortages. These reforms are not just legal changes, they are personal and painful. Number 2. Texas. As a state bordering Mexico, Texas has long been a hub for immigrants, especially Latino communities, but 2025 has brought a new wave of federal crackdowns and policy enforcement in the Lone Star State. From Dallas to Houston to El Paso, immigration checkpoints have increased, and law enforcement is now allowed to detain people solely based on suspected immigration status. Mixed status families, where some members are legal residents and others are not, are now being torn apart. Many are fleeing the state altogether to avoid separation. The Texas economy, especially in sectors like oil, agriculture, and construction, is already beginning to feel the impact. Small businesses dependent on immigrant labor are shutting down or scaling back. The stress and mental health toll on immigrant communities is also growing, with counselors and legal aid officers overwhelmed by demand. Number 3. Florida. Florida's unique demographic makeup includes large Cuban, Haitian, Central American, and South American communities. Under the new immigration rules, these communities are now facing one of their most challenging periods in decades. Many residents under Temporary Protected Status, TPS, are being told their status will no longer be renewed, leaving them vulnerable to removal. Deportation orders have surged, and local authorities are cooperating more actively with federal immigration enforcement. This is particularly alarming in cities like Miami, Hialeah, and Orlando. Seasonal and tourism-based workers are losing jobs as employers tighten their compliance with new federal requirements. Fear of being reported or arrested is keeping many from seeking healthcare, education, or legal assistance. Even documented immigrants are facing unusual delays and denials in their green card processes, driving home the message that no one is safe from the 2025 changes. Number 4. New York. New York has always been a symbol of hope for immigrants, from Ellis Island to today's multi-ethnic boroughs. But even this sanctuary is not immune. The 2025 immigration rules have led to thousands of rejections for those applying for family reunification, student visas, and even humanitarian relief. Legal pathways are being closed, income requirements have been raised, and applicants must now prove 5 years of uninterrupted employment, something many cannot do. In neighborhoods like Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx, where immigrant communities are densely concentrated, families are living in fear of raids and surprise visits by immigration officers. Community groups are trying to provide legal clinics and temporary support, but the sheer volume of affected people is overwhelming. Immigrants who once believed they had a future in the U.S. are now being told they need to leave or face consequences. Number 5. Illinois. Illinois, especially Chicago, has long been a welcoming state for immigrants, but the 2025 rules are challenging that legacy. One of the biggest changes here is the expansion of deportation criteria. Minor legal infractions, even from years ago, are now grounds for expedited removal. In some cases, immigrants with legal status are being denied renewals due to changes in income, employment gaps, or public benefit usage. People who have lived and paid taxes in Illinois for decades are suddenly receiving deportation notices. The legal system is backlogged, and hearings are being rushed. Some immigration courts are processing hundreds of cases a day, making it nearly impossible for individuals to defend themselves adequately. For a state that once embraced diversity, these changes are devastating and demoralizing. Number 6. Arizona. Arizona is seeing a new wave of fear, especially in border cities like Tucson and Yuma. The 2025 rules have removed many safeguards that used to delay deportations. Asylum seekers are being denied at record rates, and new fast-track deportation laws mean that people can be removed within days of detention, often without seeing a judge. Community organizations are reporting increases in families self-deporting, leaving the country voluntarily, because they see no path forward. Students, even U.S.-born children of undocumented parents, are experiencing anxiety and dropping out of school. Hospitals and clinics are reporting declines in immigrant patients because people are afraid their personal information could be used to locate and deport them. Arizona's immigrant population is shrinking, and with it, the state's economy and cultural richness. Number 7. Georgia. In Georgia, the changes are hitting immigrant workers the hardest. The agricultural and poultry industries here rely heavily on immigrant labor. However, the new employment verification rules are forcing employers to terminate workers who cannot provide documents that meet stricter federal guidelines. Families that have worked and lived in Georgia for over 15 years are now receiving deportation warnings. Legal experts note that the new laws make it almost impossible for someone to fix their immigration status once flagged. In rural areas, entire communities are going silent, people are avoiding police, hospitals, and schools. Georgia's contribution to the national food supply chain is now at risk, and local economies are bracing for the impact. Meanwhile, humanitarian groups are pleading with federal agencies to reconsider the harshness of the rules. Number 8. Washington. Washington state has long supported immigrant-friendly policies, but despite the local government's efforts, federal rule changes are undermining those protections. International students at universities like the University of Washington are finding it harder to get internships or job offers due to work visa uncertainty. Tech professionals on H-1B visas are being denied renewals or green card transitions due to new employer verification processes. In cities like Seattle and Tacoma, highly skilled immigrants are now at risk of losing everything they've built. This isn't just affecting low-income workers, it's disrupting the backbone of Washington's tech economy. Many immigrants are being told to leave within 60 days of job loss, with no realistic path to remain. For a state known for innovation and inclusivity, this is a significant blow. Number 9. North Carolina. North Carolina has quietly built a thriving immigrant workforce in agriculture, construction, and home care, but the 2025 immigration rules have struck a silent but severe blow to these communities. The public charge expansion means that any immigrant who has received public benefits, like food stamps, Medicaid, or housing vouchers, may be denied a green card or visa renewal. Families are now refusing essential services out of fear, putting children and the elderly at risk. Legal residents are being investigated, and long-term undocumented workers are vanishing overnight. Even local law enforcement in some counties is cooperating more closely with ICE, leading to rising detention and deportation rates. North Carolina's future may be in jeopardy if the immigrant communities that support its economy continue to disappear. Number 10. Nevada. Finally, Nevada, especially Las Vegas, is seeing dramatic changes. The state's entertainment, hotel, and casino industries rely on thousands of immigrant workers. With stricter background checks, surprise audits, and removal of renewal protections, many of these workers are losing their jobs and facing immediate deportation. Business owners are confused about how to stay compliant, and some are opting not to hire immigrants at all. Legal immigrants are also finding it harder to bring family members due to tighter sponsorship rules. The fear is spreading into suburban areas, where schools are seeing declining immigrant student enrollment and rising mental health cases related to deportation anxiety. For a state known for lights, opportunity, and diversity, the new immigration rules have brought a growing darkness. The new U.S. immigration rules of 2025 are not just about policy, they are about people. Millions of families, workers, and students who have called this country home now face an uncertain future. From California to Nevada, the impact is clear: communities are breaking, industries are struggling, and the dream of a better life in America is slipping away for many. If you or someone you know may be affected, now is the time to seek legal guidance, stay informed, and prepare for what's ahead. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on global travel, migration trends, and stories from around the world. Until next time, stay aware, stay informed, and stay safe.